have Russ Ward mentioning Beavis and Butthead on my bingo card tonight. It was not on any bingo card anywhere. It was not even on the radar, as a matter of fact.
We're going green. Thank you, Russ. All right, the Brandon Ford pace truck will make the left-hand turn to the infield. At the Racing for Heroes start zone, the Pittsburgher and Arizona Sport Shirts Crown Jewel Cup. This is the Dixie Chopper. Feel the thunder at the Pittsburgher. And that's now, and we got one on its top, and it's Matt Cosner down there in 66C. We will stop him down here in turn 4. Slowly they down Cosner's car. Everybody's good. Gary Stuhler, Matt Cosner got back on 4 wheels, and Boom Briggs also involved down there. Right here on MAV TV on Flow Racing, for those at home watching. And the initial start. Cosner went around, and Boom got into him in a slow rollover off the front of the 4 of Stuhler. So again, all drivers okay, check out down there. And we'll see, as you see the damage on the Briggs Transport 99B. Yeah, you got some severe damage here. You got a door bar sticking out on the 99B. Boom Briggs, his helmet is off. So we'll have a complete restart again, as you see Cosner's car and Gary Stuhler as well down there. Good to see Gary Stuhler back with us. It's been about 3 or 4 years since he's run here, Dustin. Yeah. But again, all drivers check out okay, my friend.
Yeah, they do. And Matt Cosner's actually climbed out of the 66C as well. I'm not sure if we're going to get a word with him, as Boom Briggs is driving away in the 99B, and they're going to take him straight into the ambulance. Check on him, make sure he's all right. You okay, Matt? Matt just gave me the thumbs up, says he's okay. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the race car. But again, Matt Cosner just gave me a thumbs up. He said he is okay, James.
And Gary Stuhler pulling away as well in the 4 car, as they will put the 66C on the hook. So we will have a complete restart. So Norris and Thornton, who's earned each $1,000 here tonight, courtesy of Northeast Paving and Seal Coat. As you see the damage on the right side of that car and the slow rollover. All right, we'll take a brief break here on MAV TV on Flow Racing. We'll be back here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. You're watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here on MAV TV on Flow Racing. back for the 35th Pittsburgher. Well, it used to be 100. Now it's 75. The Pittsburgher 70. The Joe Green, right? Joe Green 75. So Ross Robinson down in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So those three cars involved all out of the race with Gary Stuhler, Boom Briggs, and Matt Cosner. And another look for those at home watching on MAV TV on Flow Racing. They just got down there and Cosner got around and then right into Stuhler and then Boom and just a slow rollover. But again, all three drivers okay, but their cars will not continue here tonight.
James, real quick, yeah, they still have the hood on the 7 of Ross Robinson, but they've actually taken the air cleaner off. They were looking both down around the carburetor, and they actually pulled the lid or the cover off the air cleaner as well. They're actually now tightening the wing nut that holds the air cleaner on, or holds the air cleaner in back on the race car. Looks like they're going to send him back out if he's able to fire. And let's not forget, James. Remember, he had trouble out there in his B main a little bit earlier on this evening, also.
You think Amanda wants to FaceTime Ryan and get that straightened out down there, don't you?
I have no doubt in my mind about that. I'm sure she is playing crew chief from home right now.
And again, she'll be racing tomorrow. Cam Barnes and Georgetown, Delaware. Ross going to make the 6-hour trip home. And they'll be joining us in a couple of weeks at Eldora for the Dirt Track World Championship. So we'll have a redo. So Norris will go back to the pole. Outside will be Thornton. All right, so we'll go Norris and Thornton back on the front row. All right, racing free row start zone. We'll try it again. Norris and Thornton, and Overton and Davenport. Pearson and McCready, your top 6 right now. As we'll go back to the original lineup. 3 out of the race. At the Racing Free Row start zone, it's Michael Norris and Ricky Thornton Jr. We're back underway in Pittsburgh. Michael Norris throws that Joe Corrado, number 10, looking for the biggest win of his career. 3 wide behind them. The top 2. Davenport, Overton, and Pearson. EPJ brings that Lucas Oil 46 to the bottom. Out in front, 1 lap in the books. It'll be Norris, Thornton. Out in Davenport. Off at turn number 2 as we keep up that 4th and final spot right now. Overton in 5th. Moran in 7th. McCready in his 8th. That's for a $100,000 spot minimum as they come out of turn number 4. EPJ right now pulling away from Overton. 2 laps in the books. Michael Norris. Can he do it here tonight as they come out of turn 4? We've seen him run up front at Lernerville. His best finish here, as DJ mentioned earlier, I believe is a 3rd in the Pittsburgher. But right now, looking good. Out at turn number 2, he's 1.5 seconds ahead of Ricky Thornton Jr., who comes under fire from the 49 and Jonathan Davenport into turn number 3. Thornton won this race here 3 years ago. Davenport has never won the Pittsburgher off at turn 4. 4 laps scored here tonight. Davenport 3rd, Pearson 4th, Overton 5th, Moran 6th. 7th is McCready. 8th is Dalton Wilson. 9th is Keith Jackson. 10th is Hudson O'Neill in car number 1. Off of turn 4, Michael Norris looking good. Keith Jackson hanging in there in the top 10. His first Lucas Oil race in several years. Last time we saw him was at Hagerstown, Maryland. So that 4th and final spot in the chase. Overton, Moran, McCready run 5th, 6th, and 7th. Overton stays that way, he would clinch the 4 spot. Now Moran is going to have to finish a little bit ahead of him in the running order, obviously. We'll have that all figured up after the race is over here tonight as we work lap 7, and it's still Michael Norris in control in car number 10. Joe Corrado out of Butlerville, PA, next door to Siver, PA, up at Lernerville land. As they head down the back straightaway, Thornton trying to pull away from Davenport. 1.6 seconds the advantage. The tail end of the field right now is entering turn 1 as your leader exits turn 4. Michael Norris, 8 laps in the books. He's already picked up a $1,000 bonus for the front row challenge. Northeast Paving and Seal Coating down the back straightaway. Into turn 3. 17 different winners this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Michael Norris has never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event off of turn 2. You see the battle back here. Dalton Wilson and Hudson O'Neill. That's the battle for 9th and 10th. As we work lap 10 of 75. Off of turn 4, Michael Norris. The last car in the running order is the 10 of Garrett Smith. Out of turn number 2. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr., 1.6 seconds back. Jonathan Davenport is about 4 car lengths back behind him. Earl Pearson Jr. 4th. Brandon Overton remains in 5th. Moran, McCready, Jackson O'Neill, Dalton Wilson, your top 10. Alex Faria, Levis, Spencer Hughes is 12th. The Crusher Kid down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Working lap 12. Flawless so far. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of Ricky Thornton Jr. Comes into view right there as they pick up the tail end of the field into turn number 1. Here comes Thornton and here comes Davenport. Out of turn number 2, they've cut the lead down about 6 car lengths down the back straightaway. They chopped 0.2 of a second off that last time around. On the Siver, PA veteran off at turn number 4 as we work lap 13 as Thornton cut down right in front of JD. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out on the racetrack. And the caution is out, 13 laps in the books, and the front gate is open. I don't know if I've ever seen that. It did happen at Houston's in a sprint car race, but Dustin Jarrett, we got a caution for the front gate leading to the grandstand. Or leading to the pit area. How about that?
We've had flagmen literally throw the caution flag. We've had yellow lights that have been accidentally left on. I believe that is the first caution for an open gate that I have seen here in my time as Max Blair has made his way into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, James.
All right, 13 in the books. We're checking our replay. If your race leader hit the gate and he's got damage there, the spoiler support, unbelievable.
I mean, you can't make that kind of stuff up. If that's what happened, that is unbelievable.
Max Blair into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, DJ.
Yeah, he's in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Garrett Smith down there as well, getting attention to his crew. It looks like they are changing tires on the right side of Max Blair's number 111, right rear. Tire change on the 10 of Garrett Smith as well. Garrett Smith was at Atomic last night, didn't run with us at Raceway 7. Ran the Outlaw Show there last night, coming over here to run the Pittsburgher here this evening.
All right, DJ, 13 in the books. Michael Norris has been in control at the start of this race. I guess we've been around long enough. You see everything, don't you? Thornton is second. Davenport is third. Pearson fourth. Overton fifth. And it's Moran, McCready, O'Neill, Keith Jackson, and Dalton Wilson, your top 10. Max Blair was running in 17th in this race. And trying to work our way through the POV there and check out. All right, well, an early look at it. Doesn't look like I don't know. All right, we're back underway here. The Racing for Real's restart zone. as the front gate charged with a caution, and Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to grab the lead in turn number 2. Here comes Davenport on the outside. Down the back straightaway. They'll battle into turn number 3. Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr. They work lap 14. New leader at Pittsburgh is RTJ. Morse back to third, Overton up to fourth, Pearson fifth, McCready sixth. He's gotten around Moran. Alex Free has moved into 10th. And Michael Norris, somewhere along the route, has gotten into the wall or something, as we mentioned. Did not look like he got into the front gate. And right now, 15 laps in the books, and Ricky Thornton Jr. out in front. Jonathan Davenport in his Arizona Sport Shirts Crown Jewel Cup running in second. This $100,000 purse here for the main event. Right now, JD's trying to stay close into 1. So Pearson, McCready, Moran, O'Neill, Jackson, Fareed, 10th. Dalton Wilson. Now Dalton Wilson will go back into 10th around Fareed battle. Here comes McCready on the bottom. Tim McCready will take the spot from EPJ. It only counts the loop off at turn 4. Trying to move to 5th. McCready off at turn number 4. Right there has the spot. Here comes Devin Moran in 99. Devin Moran trying to make it 4 straight podium finishes. Twice he finished 3rd last week at Brownstown. He ran a runner-up at Raceway 7, only one way to go. Right now, running in that 7th spot off at turn 4. There's McCready 5th, Pearson 6th, Moran 7th, O'Neill is 8th, Dalton Wilson 9th, Keith Jackson is 10th, 11th Hughes, 12th is Furry. You're not missing anything up front. It's 1 second the advantage for Ricky Thornton Jr. off at turn 4. Again, right now, Brandon Overton in that 4th position. Michael Norris sure didn't need that caution because he was like 1.3 seconds out of the field as Pearson there and Moran going back and forth. EPJ back into the position. Again, that is for 6th and 7th. Still Thornton out in front. 20 laps scored. Davenport. Moran. Pearson. Back to 6th is Moran. But he's behind the 2 drivers he needs to get around in McCready and Overton. McCready right now in 5th, Overton in 4th. Thornton leads. It's down to 9/10 of a second. Devin Moran into turn 1. It is still Thornton out in front. Davenport, Norris, Overton, McCready, Moran, your top 6. Hudson O'Neill now trying to make a move. Hudson O'Neill throws it in on Earl Pearson Jr. Hudson O'Neill started back in 16th. So O'Neill 16th to 7th, an early contender for the Todd Steel Buildings Iron Charger. As those 2 drivers go at it down the back straightaway. Ricky Thornton Jr. still leads, 24 in the books. Will be a third of the way done next time around the 75 lapper in 2 more laps. So we work on lap 24 right now. Right now, Jonathan Davenport, it was 6/10 of a second, now 7/10 of a second. We've got a battle into turn number 2 as Davenport has tracked down Thornton. Michael Norris is 3rd. He's 2.5 seconds behind your leader. Then it's Overton and McCready. Jonathan Davenport, 3-time Lucas Oil champion, the 3rd all-time winningest driver in the series, 72 career wins. Works the 1 of Tyler right now, who runs in 19th, the final car on the lead lap. Boom is out. Gary Stuhler is out. Cosner is out. Flinner will finish 21st. Ross Robinson out with 17 laps scored. He's in 20th. Whoa, Thornton in on Herb. Trying to get around the defending Gateway Dirt Nationals winners. They work turn 1. 26 laps complete. The lead is down to 5/10 of a second. Thornton has got to have to watch it there on the bottom. Here comes JD around on the top. Now JD will have to deal with Tyler Herb. And now Herb works down to the middle. That leaves the opening. It's going to get close right now. 5/10 of a second last time around. It's going to be closer than that. It's 3/10 of a second into turn number 1. And JD works the middle. They go side by side into turn 2 as they work lap 28 here in the Pittsburgher. Michael Norris is still 3rd. Brandon Overton 4th. Tim McCready runs in 5th. Ricky Thornton Jr. off at turn 4, looking for his 2nd win here in the Pittsburgher. Jonathan Davenport. Michael Norris is 2.2 seconds back, and Norris has to work to the outside of Tyler Erb. And again, Brandon Overton fourth, Tim McCready fifth. Here we go, right here. There's your leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. He took the lead back on lap 14 on the restart from Michael Norris. Jonathan Davenport runs in second, 0.6 of a second back. Michael Norris to Joe Corrado, number 10, holding down the third spot. Led the first 13 laps here tonight. Spoiler support flapping in the wind. Brandon Overton in fourth in 76. Right there, we got a lead change at turn 2, and they got 3 cars in front of your leader down the back straightaway. Thornton regains the lead. It only counts at the loop. Off at turn 4, Thornton, man, heavy traffic off at turn 4. Battle here in Pittsburgh. Thornton and Davenport at turn number 1. 31 complete here tonight. Only 1 caution flag so far, and that was for the front gate. As we go into turn 3. Ricky Thornton Jr. to the outside of the 111 of Max Blair. He's got Garrett Alberson. So Garrett Alberson last year's Rookie of the Year. Max Blair this year's Rookie of the Year at the loop. And it's by a car length and a half. Ricky Thornton Jr. 32 complete. Now Davenport. Can he make it stick? He'll leave Thornton plenty of room down the back straightaway. Thornton still maintains the lead at a turn 3. He'll have to work the 111 of Blair as JD goes to the bottom. Around this monster half mile at a turn number 4. And here we go. It's still by a car length and a half. Thornton into turn 133 scored. Off at turn 2 at the Indy going so far. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jonathan Davenport. Michael Norris is still third. He's 1.3 seconds behind. Michael Norris trying to rally back here to the front. Oh, you see Norris in your shot. Oh, man, and Max got right in front of Jonathan Davenport. Stand in front of him. Meanwhile, Thornton works his way around the 2 of Kyle Lee. Now the 58, the final car in the lead lap. That is Garrett Alberson. He runs in 16th. Right now, it's 1 second the advantage. Meanwhile, Davenport clear track in front of him. He will have to work around the 2 of Kyle Lee. He does so. Here comes Norris. Here comes Overton. Brandon Overton is 2.7 seconds behind your leader now as he runs in fourth. And it's McCready, Moran, O'Neill, Pearson, Jackson, and Hughes, your top 10. Boy, Drake Troutman's worked himself up to 12th from 20th. Still a ways to go yet. 39 laps. Davenport's going to go to the bottom again. Can he make it stick? Down the back straightaway. A lead change happening in Pittsburgh. And now Thornton will fire back on the bottom as they come out of turn 4. And new leader is Jonathan Davenport. 3 different leaders in this race, 37 complete. And we got Tyler Erb slowing on the turn number 2, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out. It counts, leader +3, and that's what it was. As Tyler Erb to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. So DJ got a lap in. It's the leader +3 in the series at the loop. Jonathan Davenport, your new race leader, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, JD gets it that time by at the stripe. James, give me just 1 second. We're going to make our way down through the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, try to get you an update on some of these guys that have made their way in.
Thank you very much. All right, 37 complete. It'll be Davenport, Thornton, Norris, Overton, McCready, Moran, 6th. 7th is O'Neill. 8th is Pearson. 9th is Keith Jackson. 10th is Hughes. 11th is Ferree. 12th is Troutman. 13th is Ziegler. 14th is Wilson. 15th is Garrett Smith.
James, adjustment on the right rear of the 58 of Garrett Alberson. They have got the front end jacked up on the 18D of Dalton Wilson. They are, looks like they are making a, looks like they were making a shock or a spring adjustment. They just took that car off the jack. Tyler Erb getting a new right rear shoe put on the Best Performance Motorsports #1. And things just about got hairy down here in the pit area with Dalton Wilson trying to take off as he almost got into the one of Tyler Erb that was jacked up. So,
right.
so a new right rear tire on Tyler Earp's car, James, and they are still going to work underneath the rear end of the Ken and Beth Roberts Racing 58 of Garrett Alberson.
Right now, the Todd Steele Buildings are in charge of the race. Hudson O'Neill started 16th up to 7th, and we'll do the Delaware double file restart. 37 complete here tonight. 38 laps to go. Garrett Alberson. So out of the race is Boom Briggs, Gary Stuhler, Matt Cosner, Colton Flinner, Ross Robinson.
James, real quick, just an update on Garrett Alberson's shock adjustment. They're just making a shock adjustment on the right rear of Garrett Alberson's Longhorn number 58.
No report on the front gate.
The front gate is still closed.
Okay, thank you.
It is still closed for the time being.
All right, my friend. All right, 37 laps complete. 3 different leaders in this race. Jonathan Davenport has never won this race. It is an Arizona Sports Church Crown Jewel Cup race. Remember, that'll be settled at Eldora. That's a $15,000 first place prize. Also, Branded Ford TV Challenge at Eldora as well. So in the Arizona Sports Church Crown Jewel Cup, it's a narrow lead for Thornton over O'Neill. O'Neill leads the Branded Ford TV Challenge. Overton, Moran, McCready. That 4th spot. They're all together there. O'Neill. The last time we were here 2 years ago, last year rained out. O'Neill won. Thornton won the year before that. Michael Norris, he was 1.3 behind your leaders now. Does he have new life in that 10 car at the Racing for Heroes restart zone with 37 scored in the Pittsburgher? Here comes Overton. Here comes Norris. Norris rockets to the outside of Overton, gets the 3rd spot back. Off at turn 4, Jonathan Davenport shows the way with lap 38 in the record books. Battle on the bottom, Moran and Overton. He'll take the 3rd spot. Here comes Moran. Here comes McCready, but Michael Norris right now in the middle of all that. Here they come out of turn 4. Jonathan Davenport. The red valve covers the Cornet powered entry into turn number 1. They'll have 35 to go next time around. Here comes Moran McCready working the bottom of Michael Norris. 40 laps coming up. He has stretched it out as 1.1 seconds over Thornton. Overton still 3rd, 4th Norris, 5th Moran, 6th McCready, 7th is O'Neill. Pearson 8th, Hughes. Now Keith Jackson to 9th. Hughes back to 10th. Here down the back straightaway. Moran made the move. Norris battles back on the bottom into turn 3. Good hard racing here tonight at Pittsburgh. As they come off at turn 4, Moran on the outside and Devin Moran. Oh man, they touched. They touched straight away the battle for 4th and 5th. Moran will throw the slider on the bottom. Here comes Michael Norris battling back into turn 3. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out. And it's Max Blair. Max Blair running 17th. And he may have a tire down. He does the right rear, Dustin Jarrett.
You're exactly right, James. A flat right rear tire on Max Blair's 111 will bring out the Gorsuch Performance caution just past halfway. And if I am not mistaken, I believe that will also veto the pass that Devin Moran made on Michael Norris. So I don't think Moran got him until after the stripe, James.
But they will be side by side on the restart, DJ, in the Delaware double file.
There you go. There you go. They'll be side by side on the restart. And how about this? The drivers vying for that 4th and final spot in the championship points are all right there together on the racetrack, with Norris kind of thrown in. The 76 of Overton, the 99 of Moran, and the 39 of McCready. James, if the race ended right now, the driver that currently sits 4th in points, Brandon Overton, would be the one that locked into the Big River Steel Championship 4.
And that's a $100,000 spot. 5th in the points is going to pay $75,000, but a $100,000 minimum spot. Right now, Brandon Overton has it. Very good here tonight is the 76 car. So Davenport is your leader. He'll be out in front by himself. Then it'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., Brandon Overton, Michael Norris, Devin Moran, Tim McCready, Hudson O'Neill, Earl Pearson Jr., Spencer Hughes, and Keith Jackson.
Yeah, and let's not forget, James, Brandon Overton had never been to this racetrack until he pulled in here last night after the event at Raceway 7. So he had never even seen this place before, never even stopped in for a visit. I talked to him in the pit area beforehand this afternoon, and he said, I like the looks of this place. He said, it's big. He said, that's the kind of racetrack that I tend to do well on. He said, so I'm not really worried about the championship 4 here tonight.
Yeah, and this race is far from over, man. We got 34 laps to go.
And that's what every one of those drivers told me in the pit area as well beforehand, James. They all said, you know what, 75 laps at any track is a long time, but especially at this place. The way the racetrack streaks up, you never know what's going to happen in 75 laps at the Pittsburgher.
All right. Off of turn 4, Green is back out the Racing for Heroes restart zone. Thornton nearly clipped the inside guardrail at turn 4. Here comes Overton through the middle. Brandon Overton. Down the back straightaway, the 76 car, the Wells Motorsports entry. He'll go to second on RTJ, and here comes Moran in 99. Devin Moran working the bottom in 99 off at turn 4. A dandy battle for second behind Jonathan Davenport, 42 complete. It is racy in Pittsburgh. They're 3 wide into turn 2. Moran, Overton, and Thornton down the back straightaway. Davenport says, you guys go right ahead, 0.8 of a second. And we got a car in turn 1, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions is out at Pittsburgh. Left rear flat on Max Blair.
And James, it was a right rear last time. It's a left rear that time. And Tyler Erb also going to make that hard left-hand turn into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit area.
Dustin, what about this battle for second? 3 wide going on out there.
Yeah,
Dandy.
Brandon Overton looking really good right now, James, in that Wells & Sons Motorsports 76, working his way up to the second spot. But again, still a lot of racing left to go here at Pittsburgh. And right now, all of a sudden, you find the drivers vying for that Big River Steel chase for the championship. Well, if you look for the drivers that have an opportunity to win it, James, they all happen to be running in the top 7 in this race.
So it'll be Davenport, 42 laps complete, Dustin. Brandon Overton second. Ricky Thornton Jr. is third. Devin Moran is up to 4th. Tim McCready 5th. Michael Norris is back to 6th. Hudson O'Neill 7th. Shout out to Alex Faries 8th. Earl Pearson Jr. 9th. Spencer Hughes runs in 10th. Farie, by the way, started 14th. He's got a lot of laps here, obviously. His car owner, Lynn Geisler, obviously a ton of laps. As usually the crew working on the 111. So we've got 6 cars out of the race. Kyle Lee, Ross Robinson, Colton Flinner, Matt Cosner, Gary Stuhler, Boone Briggs. All right, we'll go green next time around at the Racing for Heroes restart zone. They are putting on a show here tonight at Pittsburgh in front of a largest crowd I've seen here in quite some time.
James, is Devin Moran and Tim McCready start inching their way closer to the front of the field as well. Now might be a great time to remind the fans watching at home and here on the grounds about the point separation real quick. It's 200 points if you win the feature. It's 180 for second, so there is a 20-point gap between first and second. Then it's 180, 170, 160, and then it drops off by 5-point increments after that. So 200 for first, 180 for second, 170 for third, 160 for fourth, 5-point increments after that.
Yeah, very good point. Moran is 15 behind Overton, 35 behind is McCready. Back underway at the Racing for Heroes restart zone in Pittsburgh. Ricky Thornton Jr. tries that bottom on Brandon Overton. Overton, good hot rod here tonight. Here comes Moran in 99. So if Moran can win the race and Overton finish second, it's going to be really interesting as they come down the straightaway. 43 laps complete. It's still 4 by 0.8 of a second. Moran working the bottom. And that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports car. Here comes the Paler Motorsports 39. The 2-time and reigning series champion, Tim McCready, pedaling hard on the bottom. Alpha turn number 4. It's still Davenport out in front. Turn 3, Jonathan Davenport off of turn 4, down the main straightaway, still holding the lead into turn 1. Ricky Thornton Jr. second, or excuse me, Brandon Overton runs in second. Ricky Thornton Jr. is third. Devin Moran fourth. And it's McCready, Norris, O'Neill, Faree, Pearson, Hughes, Ziegler up to 11th. He won one of the B mains. Brandon Overton, as DJ mentioned, his first time here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, running in the second spot. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out on the racetrack. We've got debris on the racetrack. Top of turn 2, the caution is out. Garrett Smith of the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, Garrett Smith going to make his way down to the attention of Koondog and crew, and they are going to, it looks like, put a new right rear tire on the number 10 of Garrett Smith. James, this race out there, again, you can't make this stuff up, right? With this Big River Steel chase for the championship, and these guys running where they are on the racetrack right now, with Davenport leading, and then, of course, Overton in the second spot. Right now, of course, the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. third. Then, and again, you can't make it up, right? Devin Moran behind him, and then, of course, the 39 of Tim McCready, just all right there together. And again, this is the kind of stuff that you just can't script. And once again, 6 of your top 7 cars on the racetrack are in the top 6 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings heading into tonight's race.
Randall Edwards, crew chief on the 10 car of Garrett Smith. So it's Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Overton, Ricky Thornton Jr., Devin Moran, Tim McCready, your top 5. $49 officially in the books. As we take the Racing for Heroes restart zone, we'll have 25 to go next time around. So the work lap 47. It was 46 in the books. We learned work lap 47 off of turn 4. We got it updated. Here they come, battle for second off of turn 4. Thornton and Overton down the main straightaway. Now we got the timing updated. 47 complete officially. Overton, Thornton, Moran, McCready trail Jonathan Davenport by 9/10 of a second. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is back out again with 47 complete. And Dustin, it's the second caution on the front gate.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I did it this time.
Wow, wow, wow.
I can tell you this, I don't think it was Michael Norris this time. I do know that much.
I got you, man. So that means the front gate is done for the night. 2 cautions on its own.
2 cautions on its own. Didn't change any tires. Front gate's done.
All right, 47, DJ, in the books officially. We did get a good lap in. Rush, you want to go down there and hold the gate shut?
How about Hudson O'Neill right now? As you'd mentioned earlier, James, he is still the Todd Steel Building's hard charger of the race unofficially from 16th to 7th. He's gained 9 spots in the first 47 laps of this one.
So we'll still do Delaware double file. It'll be Davenport, Overton second, Thornton third, 4th Moran, 5th McCready, 6th Pearson, 7th O'Neill, 8th Norris, 9th Faree, Max Blair 10th, Keith Jackson, Mason Ziegler, Spencer Hughes, Garrett Alberson, Dalton Wilson. So still 6 cars out of the race. So we've got 18 still running out of the 24 starters. Here comes our man Smokey. Dustin Smokey's made his appearance on the front stretch. our gatekeeper.
I can guarantee you the gate will not open again if Smokey is out there tending to it. Smokey, actually, the only thing Smokey has to do is tell it not to open anymore, and it won't, because once once he gets stern with you, you will not do it again. I can promise you that.
I was told earlier, of course, he works at Lernerville as well. He has never missed a race here at PPMS. Is that true? Is that right? Someone told me that he has never missed a race here. The track opened in 1979.
Yeah, and he's only missed, I think, one at Lernerville. Is that right? I believe.
Possibly.
Yes, I think that's correct. Where's a zip tie when you need one?
We may have to get a welder and weld it shut. Do we have a welder on the grounds,
no,
right?
Because I'm not tall enough to climb over it. let's not do that. Otherwise, I am stuck in the infield of PPMS for eternity. And I mean, I do enjoy the place, but I would also prefer to make the quick drive home tonight too. James, real quick, hard to believe Jonathan Davenport in his illustrious career already and everything that he's won, he has never won the Pittsburgher before. Started this race 6 times, got second here back in 2015, and as we talked about earlier, he led all but the last 7 laps here back in 2019, but is still looking for that first win.
DJ, we did have a little bit of debris in turn 2, so we'll call off that. 47 scored. So Michael Norris led the first 13 laps of this race. Then Thornton led until lap 37 when Davenport got around him for the lead. 3 different leaders here. Still 28 laps remaining.
Yeah, and James, 28 laps on a half-mile racetrack where you turn lap times of 19 and 20 seconds. That is an eternity, my friend. There is still a lot that can happen in the final 28 laps of this one. And James, what about Earl Pearson Jr. as well? He's someone that we haven't really talked a whole lot about. Man, he is just, and doing a little bit of homework for this race, he is so consistent here at Pittsburgh. We'll talk about that next caution break.
All right, back underway the racing for his restart zone. JD will lead up the line into turn 1. We got a car on the back straightaway coming out of turn 2. And it's Drake Troutman has come to a halt coming off of turn 2. So the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out for the 7 car.
Well, James, before we went back to green there for about a half a second or so, I was going to talk to you a little bit about Earl Pearson Jr. This is a racetrack that, again, he only gets to come to about once a year, but he's run really, really well here, man. He's made this race 8 times. He was second in this race back in actually, he was second in this race twice, if I'm not mistaken, third in this race twice as well. So in 8 starts, he has finished on the Big River Steel podium in exactly half of those starts as Earl Pearson Jr. And let's not forget as well that back in 2021, much like Jonathan Davenport did in 19, Earl Pearson Jr. led the bulk of this race just 2 years ago.
So we'll safely get the 7 car off the racetrack. All right, track is clear. All right, 28 laps remaining in this race. Once we get it going, it just get good momentum here going, good racing, but Jonathan Davenport, your race leader for his 73rd career win in the series. He's 3rd all-time behind Scott Bloomquist and Jimmy Owens. "47 laps complete." The Racing for Heroes restart zone. See if we can go Green the rest of the way as they come out of turn number 4. Davenport, Overton, Thornton, your top 3 at the Racing for Heroes restart zone, back underway in Pittsburgh. Overton has the run on the outside. Here comes Miranda 99. Devin through the middle. Thornton back on the bottom. Out at turn number 2. Here comes Moran. Overton the momentum up top. Now Moran's got to get back up top. Thornton right there on the bottom. Off at turn 4. JD still showing the way. 48 complete. Good battle there for second. Half a car length. Overton into 1. Now Thornton will try the slide. He'll slide up the track, trying to keep it down the wall. Here comes McCready at 39. McCready in 39, and the 5th, O'Neill 6th, 7th Pearson, 8th Norris, 9th Blair, 10th is Ziggy. Down the main straightaway. We'll have a quarter of the way to go. 25 laps remaining. The battle there between Brandon Overton and Devin Moran. That's for 3rd and 4th. Thornton is 1.2 seconds behind your race leader as they come off at turn 4. It'll be a while because right now we have 17 cars, I believe, still left on the racetrack. And right now they're crossing the front stretch. They're into turn 1 as you see Davenport. He'll exit turn 4 here momentarily with Ricky Thornton Jr. in 2nd. Brandon Overton 3rd. 51 complete for the fast 49. Meanwhile, Thornton getting a run down the back straightaway. Last time around 1 second behind. Thornton now changes his line to the bottom. Off at turn 4. 23 laps remaining. Brandon Overton is still 3rd. Devin Moran is 4th. Tim McCready is 5th. Battle for 6th. They go side by side at turn 1. That is between Earl Pearson Jr. Got the spot over O'Neill. So even distance about between 1st to 4th. And Pearson battling back with Hudson into turn 3. EPJ. 40 career wins in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It's down to 9/10 of a second. They are right up against that wall down the back straightaway. Off at turn 4 in the tail end of the field. Right now, Tyler, the final car, on the lead lap. And Brandon Overton slows on the main straightaway. He's got a tire down. Not sure what happened to Brandon Overton. So Dustin Jarrett, man, does that change things, and Overton into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Brandon Overton was in the driver's seat for that final transfer spot in the Big River Steel Chase for the championship, and well, we'll just say it. This is going to be a tough road to hoe for the driver of the 76. He comes flying into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. James, we're going to make our way down here in just 1 second.
And they're looking at and the hood is off of the 76 car. All 4 tires are still up as they look under the hood of the Wells Motorsports entry, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, James, you said exactly what I came down here to say. All 4 tires are up. Hood is off of the car, and there is no less than 15 to 20 team members down here trying to diagnose the issue on the Wells & Sons Motorsports 76.
When they crossed the line, 54 complete. Overton was back to 4th. Moran will now he'll be 3rd. McCready will be 4th. Pearson, O'Neill, Blair, Norris, Faree, Ziegler will now be your top 10. And they're still trying to diagnose the issue on the 76 car.
Yeah, he just fired the car up here for all of about a half a second, James, and then immediately shut it back down as members again from several different teams down here checking underneath the hood of the Wells & Sons Motorsports 76.
Joel Rogers, Ryder Cantillo from the 11 car. The hood's going back on. Right now, 54 complete. 21 laps remain. Davenport will be out in front. Thornton 2nd, Moran 3rd. 54 complete. All right. Devin Moran. Can he do it? Tim McCready is going to be right there to the inside in position number 4. As they come out at turn 4. Davenport still leads, but here comes Moran on the outside, down the main straightaway. His dad won this race twice. Now Thorne will slide up in front of him. As we'll have 20 to go. Next time around, McCready working the bottom. The two-time and reigning series champion. Right there in 4th. Devin Moran off at turn number 4 in the 3rd spot. It's JD, Thornton, and Moran in a turn 1. 20 laps to go. It's 0.5 of a second. Devin Moran in a spot here as they go down the back straightaway. He came in 20 ahead of McCready as they work off at turn 4. None of the 3 got a fast time bonus of 10 points. Working for the win. Davenport, Thornton, Moran, McCready, O'Neill up to 5th. On the bottom, Ricky Thornton Jr. down the back straightaway, 19 laps to go. We will interview the top 5 at Lucas Oil Victory Lane as they come off at turn number 4, but we still got a ways to go yet. 18 remaining in the 1. For Jonathan Davenport, a $2 million season last year, a record in dirt late model racing. He heads down the back straightaway. You see the gap, about 8, 9, 10 car lengths into turn 3. It's 0.8 of a second on the scoring monitor. Ricky Thornton Jr., will he do RTJ things here late in the race? 58 scored. Throwing it in there. The last time that Thornton won here, Tainland Center was the crew chief for Todd and Vicky Burns. O'Neill, 5th. Off at turn 4. Thornton, you can see the eyeball test. It was 0.8 of a second last time, but it's up to 1 second now. Jonathan Davenport down the back straightaway in 49 as he opens it up now. Thornton, Moran, McCready, O'Neill 5th. Pearson is 6th, Max Blair 7th. Faree is 8th, Hughes is 9th, Michael Norris is 10th. Down the main straightaway, 15 laps to go in the Pittsburgher. Will he check it off his bucket list? Down the back straightaway, Jonathan Davenport into turn 3. Trying to maintain that pace over RTJ off at turn 4. 61 laps complete here tonight at Pittsburgh. 15 laps to go, and Thornton has cut it down to 0.8 of a second. Down the back straightaway, if this thing stays green. It's not over yet. Into turn 3, Ricky Thornton Jr. working that top shelf. They will pick up the tail end of the field if it stays green. 62 laps complete. It's down to 0.6 of a second. Ricky Thornton Jr. slides up through the middle. The tail end of the field, and we got a car off the pace slowing out of the race. Heads to the infield. So Garrett Smith, right now the final car on the lead lap out at 2. It's 0.6 of a second. Oh, Thornton stumbles at 2, and Davenport will stretch it up. Got into the wall at 2:12 to go. This time around, it'll be 11 to go. They will pick up the tail of the field. Moran is pedaling hard. He's 2.7 seconds behind the top 2 into 1. And Devin Moran, if this thing stays green, he may have a shot at this. Down the back straightaway in turn number 3. Now you've got the tail end of the field. Tyler Erb back in 16th. Off at turn 4, a big run for Ricky Thornton Jr. down the straightaway. Into turn number 1, 10 laps to go. Here comes Thornton, slides it up into 2. He'll leave Davenport plenty of room down the back straightaway. Moran is 2.6 seconds behind this bountiful lead into turn number 3. Which way does Davenport go? The guy running in second always has the advantage because he can see farther up ahead as they cross into turn 1. Off at turn number 2. 9 to go down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, Thornton will dive to the bottom. And both will clear. Tyler Erb down the main straightaway. Into turn number 1. All right, out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. has a run. Davenport a little bit of trouble getting off of turn 2. He's close to down to 5 car lengths off at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway. The battle for the lead into 1. It's getting near the end of the Pittsburgher, and Thornton will slide up the track. Davenport up against that wall in turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Devin Moran pedaling hard at 99. Devin Moran making up time in the 99 off of turn 4. 6 to go in the 1. Here comes Thornton now as Davenport changes the line, and Ricky Thornton Jr. takes the lead back in car 20 RT. Davenport is losing grip into 3. Now Thornton powers to the lead into 4. He throws this big slider on Garrett Smith. Oh man, here comes Davenport back. 5. 5 to go. Off at 2. And Davenport and Thornton are going to go side by side down the back straightaway. And Thornton cuts right in front of him. Oh baby, and Davenport powers back. 4 to go for the lead. Davenport back in front. Oh man, Moran still not down. They go side by side in the 1. Thornton and Davenport. Thornton slides up the track, and Davenport gets sideways. He'll lose momentum. He got into the wall. Here comes Devin Moran at 99. Ricky Thornton Jr. down to the main straightaway. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out at Pittsburgh. Deep breath. Wow.
James, I got to wonder if the caution is not for debris off Jonathan Davenport's number 49. Man, he made heavy contact with the wall just a couple laps ago coming off turn 2. And yeah, I think it's going to be it. JD, is he going to make the hard left-hand turn? No, he's going to slow on the inside of the racetrack. That way maybe his crew can take a look at that race car and make sure everything is okay underneath the 49.
Yeah, no doubt a lot of damage on that 49 car.
And James, one other thing worth mentioning as well. This caution with 3 laps to go, does this give one more glimmer of hope to Brandon Overton? Overton was in 11th when that caution came out with 3 laps to go. Well behind third place Devin Moran and fourth place Tim McCready. Overton's hopes of getting that 4th and final transfer spot in the Big River Steel Chase for the championship, they were over. This caution, at least momentarily, James, gives him a little bit of a new lease on life.
All right, it'll be a single file restart, 3 to go. They've got part of the wall up in turn 2. And we will take a look at the replay here on MAV TV on Flow Racing. We'll see what Davenport is. We have the battle for lead. Just an outstanding battle there between Thornton, Davenport right there. Right there. Got in the wall. DJ, they have gone back and forth, man. Moran is 3rd, McCready 4th, O'Neill 5th, Pearson 6th, Faree 7th, Blair is 8th, Hughes is 9th, Ziegler is 10th, Overton is 11th. Can Devin Moran hang on to 3rd?
And again, now Devin has got a 20-point cushion on the 39 of Tim McCready.
Correct.
He's 20 points ahead of McCready. He's 15 behind Overton. So as they run on the racetrack right now, Devin Moran is in the 4th place position in the series point standings, but there's still 3 laps to go here at Pittsburgh. And again, James, the winner of this race gets 200 championship points. 2nd place, 180, a 20-point gap from 1st to 2nd. Then it's 10 points from 2nd to 3rd and 10 points from 3rd to 4th. Then it's 5 points for every position from 4th on back.
So basically, McCready's going to have to win the race, right?
McCready's got to get up there and win the race. Yes, sir.
All right, 3 to go. Thornton, Davenport, Moran, McCready. Boy, once we've gone, this has been a dandy. And Jonathan Davenport in the 49 car, looking for his first Pittsburgher win. He and Thornton going back and forth here tonight. We'll see if he'll roll away. He is in the 2nd spot. 3-lap shootout, Dustin Jarrett.
Yeah, JD, he's going to be able to roll away, and he's going to pull back in line here in the 2nd spot where he was running. I think he just went down and had his crew and Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials take a look at the right side of that race car to make sure that he didn't have a tire rub or anything like that in the closing stages of this one.
All right, deep breath, folks. 3 to go. Ricky Thornton Jr. out in front looking for his second win here in the last 3 years. Into turn 3, the racing for his restart zone. Moran third, McCready fourth, O'Neill is fifth. Off at turn 4, back underway at Pittsburgh. Oh, Davenport, it's going to be a handful into one. Here comes Devin Moran on the bottom, and Devin Moran is going to take second, and JD is going to fall back to third. Devin Moran, the last couple of months, he has been solid, trying to lock up that 4th spot. Here's the battle for third. 2 to go for Ricky Thornton Jr. McCready goes to third. O'Neill once more. The Todd Steel Buildings hard charger, Hudson O'Neill. And Davenport loses another spot, and O'Neill almost got on the wall. Pearson in front of him. Off at turn 4, white flag, 1 lap to go for Ricky Thornton Jr. Devin Moran second, Tim McCready is third. The Todd and Vicky Burns SSI Motorsports car keeping an eye on the wall down the back straightaway. How many lead changes have we had here in the last 20 laps? And Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to take the checkered flag. Devin Moran is going to finish second. Tim McCready third. Fourth at the line. O'Neill, Pearson fifth. Max Blair from the tail sixth. Faree seventh. Davenport fades to eighth. Over to ninth. Ziegler 10th. All unofficial. That was a good race. Man, what a battle that we had there between Thornton and Davenport for the lead in this race. So now the talk to the top 5. Well, Dustin Jarrett got to go to the scales first. Pound per lap burn off, 75 pounds. Ricky Thornton Jr. heading to the scales. So Devin Moran. Now, Devin Moran had 2 third-place finishes at Brownstown last week. Runner-up last night, and right now, till he crossed the scales, a runner-up here tonight clinches that 4th spot. And he earned it. He earned that spot. It's right now Thornton up on the scales. Anthony Burrows, the crew chief. Christopher Jaco, D.J. Williams, Todd and Vicky Burns watching back home in Morgantown, Indiana. All right, Ricky Thornton Jr. He and Jonathan Davenport, 2 of the best in the business, going at it here in Pittsburgh. And Davenport comes home in 8th. But Devin Moran, and he'll have to go to the scales. It's clear. Thumbs up. Ricky Thornton Jr. wins his second Pittsburgher in Ricky Thornton Jr. fashion, man. As he will head to the Lucas Oil victory lane. And he'll try to top it off in 3 weeks. He's won the Dirt Track World Championship before at Portsmouth. That was a couple of years ago. Looking for his first crown jewel victory at the Big E at Tony Stewart's Eldora Speedway. They're going to disassemble this car. It's going to sit in the race shop for the next 3 weeks. They're going to put it back together, Dustin Jarrett. And he has done it here tonight at Pittsburgh, the second time in the last 3 years he goes to victory lane.
Not only is it his second Pittsburgher win in his last 3 attempts, this is his 7th Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win in the last 9 races. He is no doubt The hottest driver in the country heading into the Big River Steel Chase for the Championship presented by ARP at the Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora coming up here in just a couple weeks. His 23rd Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of the year, his 34th overall victory of 2023. And he will be atop the point standings heading in to the Dirt Track World Championship at Eldora Speedway in a couple of weeks as he climbs out of the SSI Motorsports 20 RT. Let him hear you, Pittsburgh, your winner, Ricky Thornton Jr. So RT is going to get the trophy and make his way around the front of the race car. Ricky, congratulations. James likes to say it's Ricky Thornton Jr. doing Ricky Thornton Jr. things. I'm not even sure what we would call that out there. The battle you and JD had the last 5 laps, talk about that, and maybe more specifically, you made a whale of a move in lap traffic down here in 3 and 4 with about 4 or 5 to go.
Yeah, I had, I don't know, he was way better than I was, and then one of those restarts, I was able to get back by Brandon, and then I just pretty much held it on the floor after that. Got to thank Clements for building us a badass motor here. It held probably 60 laps flat on the floor, so I don't know, I guess I just wanted a little bit more. We got to traffic, and he was starting to get tight on entry, and I just started moving my line around a little bit, and I felt like I could get into the center way better than he could, and we kind of maintained on exit, and really, I didn't know. I think that was the first time I'd ever gotten a 10 to go signal, so I thought it was 5 to go at that point. So I started driving a lot harder after that. But I don't know. This team definitely doesn't give up. I don't know if I for sure caused JD to hit the wall over there. I figured whenever I slid him, it probably took the air off his nose, and that's what that last caution was. But it was definitely some hard racing.
Ricky, you are, let's say you're in the driver's seat going into this Big River Steel Chase for the championship. You've been atop the points all season long. You certainly come in the hottest driver of anyone in this chase. Of the 4 drivers in it, you've won 7 of the last 9 Lucas Oil races now. Is that any consolation or any shot in the arm, or is it just, man, we know it's a clean slate now, we got to go out and take care of business?
I mean, as long as I can do my job, my boys are going to make sure we got the best car there. I'm definitely not worried about that. So as long as I just don't do anything dumb, kind of take us out of it, I think we're definitely still the one to beat. He's
seeking his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series championship here in a couple weeks. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Your Pittsburgher winner is Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah, Dustin, before you talk to Devin Moran, Devin Moran secures the 4th and final spot at Eldora.
Yes, he certainly does, James. He did what he needed to do to get the Double Down Motorsports 99 into the championship 4. He'll be racing for Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series title here in a few weeks. How about it, your owner-up tonight here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway, Devin Moran. Devin, the smile on your face says it all, man. You went out there and did what you have to do, but how were the nerves during the course of that 75-lap race, a race that had a lot of different twists and turns?
Yeah, you know, this is always just such a long race because it's a big track, and the top got really, really good on both ends, and definitely not the way we wanted to make it there at the end with Brandon breaking because he was really good too, but we put ourselves in position. My guys have just worked their asses off all year, and especially the last 2 months, and kudos to them for preparing me a great race car, no problems, and coming up with these podium finishes.
What do you think about the poeticness of the Moran family curse getting broken at the Dirt Track World Championship, and Devin Moran wins his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series championship? How's that sound?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to do that for the million last year, and we got close, but we weren't quite there. But yeah, it'd be I don't know. I don't even know if you could explain it with words, but just I just want to say thank you to Roger Sellers, man. He has provided me a great team with the guys I've got and the equipment I've got. Ty provided me for so long, and I can't thank him enough for getting me to this step. And Roger and his family have done so much for me. I want to thank them. I want to thank Chucky, Mason, Tanner, Tad back home, Vinny. I'm sure Vinny's watching, so he helped us out there last week. My whole family, obviously my beautiful fiance, Lakia. Now we got to go get Wiley married tomorrow.
He's going to go off and get his brother married tomorrow tonight. He finishes second. It's Devin Moran. James, we're going to grab a word with your 3rd place finisher here, Tim McCready. Tim down here talking to Donald Bradshaw and the guys, and knowing Tim, I'm sure that you were down there talking to Donald and Kent and everyone, maybe reliving the last 75 laps. Is there anything you feel like that maybe you or this team could have done different in that race?
I mean, I got it a little too tight into the center where I couldn't rotate good enough, which has been, I haven't been able to do that most of the season, so, you know, it was probably the wrong time to do it. Probably should have kind of kept it in the same vicinity as we were in the heat. But all in all, for this Paler Motorsports and Grusha Solutions, Risk Solutions, everybody that does this is, you know, it's one of them deals. We feel a lot better than we did a few months ago, and we just got to keep going forward.
Do you have what it takes to get a Dirt Track World Championship under your belt here in a few weeks? Even though you won't be racing for a series title, you've still got some pretty good money on the line at Eldora in a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, we're back with the program. If we could have did it, you know what they say, ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But wish we could have had this thing out 2 months ago, and we wouldn't have been fighting for fourth. You know, we would have been further up. But we'll go forward, and like I said, thanks to Donald and Gene, everybody does this. It's a pleasure to drive. It's fun to be near the front, and then you know, the beauty of going to Eldora is I don't really have to worry about them. They got to worry about us. You know, so if I want to crowd somebody or do whatever, we can do whatever. We're there for money. You know, we're there for all the money.
Words of wisdom from Tim McCready, who rounds out the Big River Steel podium here tonight. Earl Pearson Jr. going to come over and grab a word with us. Earl finishes fifth. Looking for Hudson O'Neill, who grabbed fourth. I mentioned during the broadcast, I was doing some notes for this race. You run really well here at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. In 8 races, you had 4 finishes of third or better. You get a top 5 tonight. What is it about this track that EPJ's taken a liking to?
I think the biggest thing is it's like a racetrack there, like Brunswick, Georgia. It's high speed, pretty wide. You know, not a lot of banking. I like the place. It's always smoother when we come here, and it's always a good race. You know, other than the guys, whatever happened up front, I'm not real sure. But, you know, me and Hudson had one hell of a race back there for 5th, and I wish I could have got him at the line. But, you know, he drove me clean. I drove him clean. That was a good race. But, you know, Papage and all the guys, they're back home in California watching us. Lucas Oil, Sunoco, Pittsburgher Trucking, Midwest Sheet Metal. I mean, the list goes on. And, you know, all the family and friends back home been cheering us on all year. And, you know, to get a top 5 here, that's a big for us. And my crew guys, they do an outstanding job, stuck with me up and down, you know, whatever it takes. They're, you know, to take care of the situation. So, you know, all in all, it's a great night for us. Hoger Trucking, you know, everybody that's on this car that works with us. And, you know, we couldn't do it without Jason Papage. And I see there's one heck of a crowd here, so I'm sure they've seen one good show.
No doubt. Earl, congratulations on a top 5 run. 4-time series champ, Earl Pearson Jr. And the driver that he almost nipped at the lines made his way out here to talk to us as well. We'll grab a word with the new deal, Hudson O'Neill, as the former Pittsburgher champ down here grabbing a word with Earl Pearson Jr. discussing the 75-lap main event. Hud going to come out, grab a word with us. Congratulations, man. You kind of battled throughout the course of that 75-lapper. You were, I don't want to say dug a hole deep, but you came from 16th. You found yourself inside the top 5. Talk about what went into that run and how you were able to work from 16th to 4th.
We were really good there at the beginning, and I was able to get to 6th, 7th, 8th early on, and then I just kind of hung out there, and I didn't really think that I was going to be able to go any farther forward. And then a couple people tore some spoilers off, and let us get a couple spots and pass 1 or 2 on the restarts. And yeah, so we're happy with the top 5. You know, we struggled early on, didn't qualify or didn't heat race real good, and just kind of, you know, dug ourselves a hole. And just happy we were able to overcome it the way we did. Just got to work on, you know, our heat racing, get a little bit better in that area whenever we come back. But all in all, I think it was a good night. You know, I just can't thank all my guys, Mark, Danny, Joel, Austin, my girlfriend up selling shirts, my family back home watching, all my sponsors, Valvoline. We got a bunch of Valvoline guys here tonight from up this way around Pittsburgh. So it's pretty cool to have all them here with us. Soyber Calf Ranches, O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, WR1 Sim Chassis, Performance Grading, Ace Metalworks, Gunners Honey, Integra Racing Shocks, Sunoco Race Fuels, Kaiser Manufacturing, Rocket Chassis, Rocket Pre-Owned, Andy Durham Race Engines. Just can't thank each and every one of them for all they do, and see if we can't go to Eldora for the last week's race of the year and walk out of there with a little bit of money. Real quick, how good does it feel to go back to Eldora knowing that you just won a race there a few weeks ago? Well, it helps the confidence a little bit, you know, and makes you not quite stressed just as much about it. So we're really looking forward to going back. I think that maybe we'll have a good piece. We're going to take the same car back, same everything. So excited about it. I know that the top 4 came right down to the wire there. I hate that Overton had bad luck and lost a spot that way. But, you know, congrats to Devin for making it in, and it's going to be a good championship for.
He's racing for a championship in a couple weeks. The new deal, Hudson O'Neal, James Bryan. That's a wrap on another Pittsburgher, and it was a good one. We'll send it back up to you.
Oh, man, deep breath right there. By the way, Brandon Overton and Tim McCready are tied for 5th. Now, that's $75,000 at the banquet, right? 5th place. So they are tied heading to Eldora for 5th. So Ricky Thornton Jr., your winner here tonight. Devin Moran, Tim McCready, Hudson O'Neal, Earl Pearson Jr. Max Blair will finish in 6th. 7th is Alex Ferree. 8th is Jonathan Davenport. 9th, Brandon Overton. 10th, Mason Ziegler. 11th, Spencer Hughes. 12th, Dalton Wilson. 13th, Keith Jackson. 14th, the final car in the lead lap was Garrett Alberson. Then 1 lap down in 15th was Tyler Erb. 16th, 1 lap down, Garrett Smith. Then Michael Norris fell out of the race with 15 laps to go. He'll be credited with 17th. Drake Troutman 18th. Kyle Lee 19th. Ross Robinson 20th. 21st, Colton Flinner. 22nd, Matt Cosner. 23rd, Gary Stuhler. 24th, Boom Briggs. So the Rush late models, their main event. How many laps tonight? 40 laps, Brian. You're coming up next for $10,000. All right, we'll take a brief break. Brian Spade will be up next. The Rush late model feature is coming up next. You're watching the Pittsburgher here at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here on MAV TV and Flow Racing. We'll be right back.